Welcome to the Expensive Coins History channel. In the world of coin collecting, even the most common coins can hold unexpected value. Today, we dive into the fascinating history, surprising details, and current market value of the 1987 D Lincoln cent, also known as the 1987 Denver minted 1-cent coin. Although over 4 billion were minted, certain examples of this coin can command hundreds, even thousands of dollars today. But what makes some of these tiny copper-plated pieces of metal so special? Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin hunter, this video will break down everything you need to know. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic and longest-running coin series in U.S. history. First issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it replaced the Indian head cent and became the first regularly circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical person. By 1987, the reverse design still featured the Lincoln Memorial, which had been introduced in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. The obverse portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, remained unchanged, depicting a solemn and respectful bust of the 16th president. This design ran until 2008, after which the reverse changed in 2009 to honor Lincoln's bicentennial, and then, from 2010 onward, the shield reverse was introduced at in 1987. The U.S. Mint operated facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Denver Mint, represented by the D Mint mark, produced a staggering quantity of Lincoln cents that year. In fact, over 4 billion coins were struck in Denver alone. These coins were made for circulation and were never intended to become rare or collectible. At face value, the 1987 D penny seems ordinary. It was minted from a core of zinc, plated with a thin layer of copper. This composition, introduced in 1982, replaced the previous all-copper alloy used in earlier pennies due to rising metal costs. Each 1987 D penny weighs approximately 2.5 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. Its composition is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This transition to copper-plated zinc coins created new types of minting errors and weaknesses in the coin structure, something we'll explore shortly. The vast majority of 1987 D Lincoln pennies are only worth their face value, 1 cent. Even in circulated condition, most hold no collectible premium. However, the key to value lies in condition, rarity of error types, and grading. Uncirculated specimens, particularly those with full red luster and zero contact marks, can command significantly more on the open market. In the coin collecting world, grading plays a crucial role. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a flawless, perfect strike with no signs of wear or blemishes. Most coins in pocket change would be considered circulated, with grades between 1 and 58. Anything above that falls into the uncirculated or mint state category. A 1987 D penny graded MS 65 or MS 66 may be worth a few cents to a few dollars, depending on its color and visual appeal. However, coins that reach grades of MS 67, MS 68, or even MS 69 become significantly rarer and much more valuable. Collectors often refer to Lincoln cents by their color: brown, red-brown, or red. These colors refer to the level of original mint luster remaining on the coin. Brown, BN, coins have lost most of their original red copper color due to oxidation and circulation. Red-brown, RB, coins show a mix of original red and brown tone. Full red, RD, coins exhibit at least 95% of the original red mint luster. In the grading world, a 1987 D penny that is graded MS 67 RD or higher is a rare find and can sell for substantial amounts of money, especially if it is certified by a reputable third-party grading service. Although the standard 1987 D penny is common, mint errors can dramatically raise the value. Error coins are collectible because they are accidental anomalies, often produced in very limited quantities. These occur when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies during striking. Depending on how far off-center the design is, values can range from a few dollars to several $100s, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. Double dies. This happens when the coin design is impressed twice on the same coin, slightly misaligned. While major double die varieties are rare for 1987 D, minor doubling has been observed in areas like the motto, "In God We Trust," or the word "Liberty." These can sell from $20 to over $150 depending on visibility and demand. Die cracks and cuts. A die crack is a raised line on the coin caused by a fracture in the die. When these cracks appear in specific locations, such as between the letters in Liberty, they're sometimes called BIE errors, named for a common crack between the B and E in Liberty. While minor die cracks may only be worth a few dollars, dramatic cuts or retained die breaks can bring in higher values. Struck through errors. If a foreign object like a piece of cloth, wire, or grease interferes with the coin strike, the result is a coin with part of the design missing or distorted. These errors are rare and can command from $50 to several $100s depending on severity. And iAppeal.as of 2025. Here's a general breakdown of what 1987 D Lincoln pennies can fetch depending on their condition. Circulated coins: 1 cent to 5 cents. Uncirculated MS 60 to MS 64, 10 cents to $1 MS 65 red, $1 to $5 MS 66 red, $10 to $20 MS 67 red, $35 to $75 MS 68 red or higher, $100 to over $500 MS 69 red with perfect features, $1,000 to $3,000, occasionally more depending on iAppeal and rarity. Major mint errors or varieties: $50 to $500 plus depending on the type and severity. It's important to remember that these values are not guaranteed and are influenced by current market demand, the visibility of the error or grade, and overall coin quality. Use a 10x or 20x magnifying glass to check for doubling, cracks, or anomalies. Store uncirculated or interesting coins in 2x2 cardboard flips or coin capsules. Avoid cleaning your coins, it can significantly reduce their value. Consider submitting your best finds to a professional grading company for authentication and encapsulation. Keep up with coin shows, auctions, and online marketplaces to stay informed about current trends and values. The 1987 D Lincoln cent is a great example of how even the most ordinary coin can have hidden value. While billions were minted and most are still worth just a penny, a small number of high-grade, error-laden, or visually exceptional coins continue to surprise collectors with impressive auction results. If you have a 1987 D penny, take a closer look. Examine it under proper lighting, compare it with known error types, and check for its luster and strike quality. You never know, what appears to be spare change today might just be a rare collectible tomorrow. The 2011 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. While billions were made, a small number have become highly sought-after collectors' items worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Could one be in your pocket right now? Let's find out. The Lincoln cent has a rich legacy. First minted in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. For over a century, the Lincoln cent has gone through various design changes, but Lincoln's profile has remained on the obverse side. By 2011, the reverse of the penny featured a bold and symbolic design known as the Union Shield. This replaced the 4 commemorative designs issued in 2009, which honored different stages of Lincoln's life. The Union Shield reverse was first introduced in 2010, meant to represent Lincoln's preservation of the United States during the Civil War. The shield contains 13 vertical stripes joined by a single horizontal bar, symbolizing unity and strength. It is topped by a banner with the word 1 cent, replacing the previous Lincoln Memorial design that had been in place since 1959. The obverse still features the right-facing bust of Lincoln, originally sculpted by Victor David Brenner. The inscriptions include, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty," to the left, and the date to the right. If you find a coin without a mint mark from 2011, it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. In 2011, the U.S. Mint produced over 2.4 billion Lincoln cents in Philadelphia alone, which is where the no-mint mark version originates. With such a massive quantity struck, the vast majority of these pennies remain extremely common. Most of them are circulating in everyday change, piggy banks, and cash drawers across the country. Because of their high availability, most 2011 pennies with no mint mark have little to no premium over face value in circulated condition. However, as we'll soon explore, not all 2011 pennies are created equal. Certain conditions, mint errors, and exceptional qualities can make them significantly more valuable. By 2011, the composition of the penny was 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with a thin copper plating over a zinc core. This had been the standard since mid-1982, when the mint transitioned away from the more expensive bronze alloy. Each penny weighs approximately 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and features a plain edge. The switch to zinc dramatically lowered production costs but also made the coin more susceptible to wear, corrosion, and striking issues, which brings us to one of the most intriguing aspects: mint errors. Mint errors can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. While most 2011 pennies are mundane, some slipped through quality control and entered circulation with stunning and rare mistakes. Here are some of the known error types found on 2011 no-mint mark pennies. Double die errors. These occur when the die strikes the coin twice with a misalignment, causing doubling of letters or design elements. Doubling is often visible on the date, the word "Liberty," or the lettering on the reverse. Capped die errors. These are extremely dramatic and valuable. A capped die error occurs when a coin gets stuck to the die and stamps a blank planchet repeatedly, causing a distorted, smooth, and sometimes completely blank coin. Clipped planchets. These errors result when a planchet, the blank piece of metal used to strike the coin, is improperly cut, leaving a curved clip or a straight edge. Even small clips can add significant collector value. Off-center strikes. A coin that is struck off-center can fetch a premium, especially if the date is still visible and the design is misaligned by more than 10 to 15%. Strike-through errors. These occur when debris or grease obstructs the die during striking, causing missing or blurred details on the coin. They're rare but highly collectible. Die cracks and cuds. These are raised lines or blobs caused by damage to the die itself. While minor die cracks are common, large cuds, where part of the design is obscured by a die break, are more valuable. Some 2011 error pennies have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction depending on their rarity, condition, and uniqueness. One of the most important factors affecting the value of any coin is its grade. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless specimen. Most coins found in circulation will grade between VF20, very fine, and 55 Australian dollars, about uncirculated. These hold little value beyond face unless they contain an error. However, coins that are uncirculated and graded MS65 or higher begin to command a premium. A 2011 no-mint mark penny graded MS65 red can sell for a few dollars. MS66 specimens go higher. But when you get into MS68 red territory, flawless coins with full luster and no visible marks even under magnification, the value can jump significantly, with some examples selling for several $100s. coins with the full red designation are more desirable than brown or red-brown versions because red reflects a coin that has retained its original mint color. Circulated coins, face value, or 1 cent. These are still everywhere. Uncirculated coins, around 10 to 50 cents, depending on appeal. Graded MS65 red, usually sells between $3 and $10. Graded MS67 red, values climb to around $40 to $80. Graded MS68 red, may fetch between $100 and $300 depending on the market. Mint errors. Depending on the error and its severity, these can range from $50 to over $1,000. The most dramatic errors, such as capped die or full off-center strikes with visible dates, are highly prized by collectors. High-end auction sales, some of the most pristine or unusual examples have reached as much as $1,000 or more when sold through major auction houses. Although most 2011 pennies won't bring in big money, collectors are increasingly interested in modern coins with extraordinary attributes. That means the value of certain specimens could increase in the future. If you come across a 2011 penny that appears uncirculated, has a dramatic error, or shows any unusual striking feature, it's worth a closer look. You can either store it in a protective flip or capsule and consider having it graded by a reputable grading service, or list it online with high-quality photos for collector interest. On the other hand, if your 2011 penny is circulated and error-free, it's best to just enjoy it for what it is, a historical piece of modern American currency. The 2011 no-mint mark Lincoln cent is a reminder that value can hide in plain sight. While billions were made, only a fraction are rare, pristine, or flawed enough to be considered collectible. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector just starting out, always keep your eyes open. The next time you sort through your change, you might just find a small coin with the 2014 D. Lincoln 1 cent penny. This penny, struck at the Denver Mint, is part of the ongoing legacy of the Abraham Lincoln cent, a coin with a rich historical background and an intriguing presence in the modern numismatic world. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just curious about the pennies you find in your pocket, this video will give you a comprehensive understanding of the 2014 D. Lincoln penny's history, rarity, potential worth, and its current market value as we stand in 2025. The Lincoln cent holds a special place in American coinage history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first circulating American coin to feature a real person's portrait. This design broke away from traditional motifs, cementing Lincoln's status as an enduring national icon. Over the decades, the penny has undergone several design changes on its reverse side. The year 2014 marked another chapter in this ongoing story. Since 2010, the reverse has featured the Union Shield, symbolizing Lincoln's preservation of the United States as one indivisible nation. This design replaced the earlier wheat ears and memorial designs, adding a modern and meaningful touch to the penny's narrative. The 2014 Lincoln penny was produced in 3 mint locations: Philadelphia, No Mint Mark, Denver, D Mint Mark, and San Francisco, S Mint Mark for proof coins. The Denver Mint, one of the most prolific mints in the United States, struck approximately 4.15 billion pennies that year. This massive mintage naturally makes the 2014 D penny very common in circulation, meaning the average coin is readily available and often found in pocket change. From a technical perspective, the 2014 D penny is composed of copper-plated zinc. Since 1982, pennies have predominantly been made this way to reduce costs, consisting of 97.5% zinc core coated with 2.5% copper. The coin measures 19.05 mm in diameter, weighs 2.5 grams, and retains the classic profile of Lincoln on the obverse. At first glance, rarity might seem an odd term to associate with such a high mintage coin. After all, billions were produced. However, rarity in numismatics is not solely about quantity. It is also about condition, errors, and unique variations. Most 2014 pennies you'll encounter in circulation show heavy signs of wear. Their value is generally limited to face value, 1 cent. However, when we talk about rarity, we focus on coins that are uncirculated or have special attributes. A pristine 2014 penny that has escaped the rigors of circulation can be considered rare in that sense. These uncirculated coins are graded by professional coin grading services, with higher grades indicating better preservation and more collector interest. In addition to condition, rarity can come from errors or unusual minting anomalies. Even common coins can become rare collectibles if they feature errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, or planchet defects. Now, let's delve into the value spectrum for this coin. Understanding its worth requires an appreciation of how condition and rarity interact with market demand. Circulated condition: the overwhelming majority of 2014 pennies you will find in your daily transactions are circulated and heavily worn. These coins have negligible numismatic value and are generally only worth their face value of 1 cent. Their metal content is also minimal, making their melt value insignificant. Uncirculated condition: coins that have never entered circulation, those that retain their original mint luster and sharp details, are of greater interest to collectors. These coins can range in value from 10 cents to a few dollars depending on their grade and color preservation. The color is an important factor. Pennies in brilliant red or red-brown condition tend to be more desirable than those that have toned to brown, mint state grading. Coins graded MS60 to MS65 by professional grading services are moderately valuable, generally fetching prices from $2 to $10. However, high-grade examples, MS66, MS67, and beyond, are increasingly scarce and sought after by collectors. The very finest coins graded MS69 RD, which means almost perfect with full original red luster, have sold at auction for over $2,000 in rare cases. This significant price range underscores how condition dramatically influences the value of the 2014 Lincoln penny. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting modern pennies like the 2014 is discovering error coins. These are coins that have manufacturing flaws that make them unique and often highly collectible. Common error types on the 2014 penny include die clashes, broad strikes, planchet defects, and off-center strikes. Die clash errors occur when the dies strike each other without a planchet in place, leaving ghostly impressions on the coin. Such errors can command prices in the hundreds of dollars. Broad strike errors result when a coin is struck outside of the collar, causing it to be larger and distorted. These can be valued between $200 and $300 depending on severity. Planchet defects, imperfections in the metal blank can lead to lamination errors or missing parts of the coin, sometimes driving values over $400. No edge rim errors, a rare defect where the coin lacks its usual rim edge, pushing prices to the mid-hundreds. Each error coin's value depends on the visibility and uniqueness of the defect, as well as overall eye appeal. Looking forward in 2025, the market for the 2014 Lincoln penny is influenced by broader shifts in coinage and collecting trends. The United States Mint announced that it will cease producing penny blanks, effectively signaling an end to penny production in the near future, likely by early 2026. This anticipated halt has sparked renewed interest in pennies from recent years, including the 2014 Collectors now view these pennies as part of a closing chapter in American coin history. While no significant changes to mintage occurred in 2014, the impending discontinuation of pennies places an emphasis on preserving coins in excellent condition. Market prices for high-grade and rarer specimens have seen modest increases as collectors scramble to acquire coins before supplies become limited. In contrast, circulated pennies remain at face value, but the potential for future appreciation remains if interest in modern coins continues to grow. How to identify a valuable 2014 D penny? If you have a 2014 D penny, how can you tell if it's worth more than just 1 cent? Here are some guidelines. Examine the coin's condition. Look for original red color and sharp detail on Lincoln's bust and the Union shield. Check for errors. Inspect the coin under magnification for die cracks, doubled images, or off-center strikes. Consider certification. For serious collectors, submitting coins to professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and grade your coin, significantly enhancing its market value. While the 2014 D Lincoln 1-cent penny might seem like an everyday coin, its place in history and numismatic value should not be underestimated. Its large mintage means most are common and of minimal monetary value, but pristine specimens and error coins have the potential to be quite valuable in today's market. With the penny's production nearing its end, the 2014 D coin stands as a symbol of continuity and change, one that may become more coveted as the years pass. The 2017 P Lincoln Shield penny. At first glance, it might look like just another penny in your pocket change, but this 1-cent coin carries a story unlike any other. From being a quiet milestone in U.S. mint history to having potential value far beyond its face worth, the 2017 P Lincoln penny is far more than meets the eye. We'll explore the coin's historical background, why the P mint mark makes this coin unique, how many were made, the rare errors that collectors hunt for, what the coin is really worth today in 2025. And what you should do if you happen to find one in pristine condition. So grab a magnifier, get comfortable, and let's uncover the hidden story of the 2017 P penny. To understand the value and significance of the 2017 P Lincoln penny, we must start with the history of the Philadelphia Mint. Established in 1792, the Philadelphia Mint is the first and oldest mint facility in the United States. For over 2 centuries, coins struck at this location did not carry a mint mark on denominations like the penny. This was simply the tradition. Philadelphia, being the main mint, didn't need to mark its coins with a P like the branches in Denver or San Francisco, but that changed, quietly and without fanfare, in the year 2017. To commemorate the 225th anniversary of the United States Mint, the Philadelphia facility made a surprising decision. For the first time in history, the 1-cent coin struck in Philadelphia would feature the letter P just below the year on the obverse, the front of the coin, where Abraham Lincoln's bust resides. This seemingly small change made waves in the numismatic world. Collectors took notice. Suddenly, a common coin was transformed into a one-year-only historical piece. This was not a publicized event. There was no announcement or press release beforehand. The mint simply began releasing the coins into circulation. When sharp-eyed collectors spotted the new P mint mark, the news spread rapidly across coin forums, blogs, and communities. For many, it was a thrilling discovery, one that sparked widespread interest in modern coin collecting. Once again, the 2017 P Lincoln penny follows the standard specifications of the modern shield cent design. It features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, a portrait that has graced the penny since 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Just beneath the year 2017, on the obverse is the groundbreaking P mint mark, marking it as a Philadelphia-struck coin. The reverse of the coin displays the Union shield design, a symbol of national unity introduced in 2010. The shield consists of 13 vertical stripes joined under a single horizontal bar, representing the unity of the original 13 states under the federal government. Across the shield is a banner with the word 1 cent inscribed in bold letters. Above the design are the words United States of America, and beneath it is the motto E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one. The coin is composed of a zinc core coated with copper. It weighs 2.5 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. While these physical specifications are standard for post-1982 pennies, the mint mark on the 2017 penny is what sets it apart. One might assume that a coin with a unique feature like a mint mark would have a limited mintage. However, the 2017 penny was produced in staggering numbers. Over 4.3 billion pieces were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This makes it one of the most heavily produced coins of its type. Due to the large mintage, the 2017 penny is not considered rare in the traditional sense. It can still be found in circulation today, although it has become less common as collectors began pulling them from change shortly after their release. Many collectors purchased rolls and boxes of these coins directly from banks or through coin roll hunting, setting them aside for future resale or simply to commemorate the historical significance. Although billions were made, most examples in circulation have experienced significant wear. Finding a pristine, uncirculated coin with sharp details and a vibrant copper-red color is becoming increasingly difficult, especially 8 years after its release. What makes the 2017 penny particularly desirable to collectors isn't its rarity but its status as a modern anomaly. It represents the only time the Philadelphia Mint placed a P on a Lincoln cent. That one-year-only status has made it a staple in modern coin collections. Coins are graded based on their condition, ranging from circulated examples with heavy wear to high-grade mint state coins that have never seen circulation. Coins are also evaluated based on color, brown, red-brown, or full red. The most valuable 2017 pennies are those in full red condition with grades of mint state 66 or higher. Graded and certified coins from reputable services can command significant premiums. A mint state 67 example can easily fetch several times face value, while coins graded MS 68 or above are considered highly scarce and can bring in hundreds of dollars due to their near-perfect quality. While the standard 2017 penny is fascinating enough, what really excites collectors are the errors, those small production mistakes that can turn an ordinary coin into a rare and valuable find. Some known errors for the 2017 penny include double dies, where parts of the design, such as the date, letters, or Lincoln's features, appear double due to a misaligned die during striking. Off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the coin, leaving part of the blank planchet visible. Struck through errors, which occur when foreign materials like grease or debris interfere with the die during minting, resulting in unusual impressions. Misaligned dies, which cause one side of the coin to be off-center while the other remains normal. Repunched mint marks, though rare, may also exist if the P was punched more than once in slightly different positions. These error coins can range in value from a few dollars to several hundred, depending on the type and severity of the error and the condition of the coin. Some collectors specialize entirely in error coins, making these varieties highly sought after within the niche. Circulated examples, the kind you'd find in everyday change, typically range from 1 to 5 cents in value. These are still fun to keep but hold no significant premium. Uncirculated raw coins, especially those with full red luster and minimal surface marks, can be worth between 25 cents to a few dollars depending on visual appeal. Graded coins in mint state 66 can fetch between $5 and $20. MS 67 examples are harder to come by and can sell for between $30 and $60 depending on the market and demand. Top graded MS 68 examples, which are extremely rare, can sell for hundreds of dollars at auction, especially if they have impeccable strike, strong eye appeal, and full red coloration. Error coins from 2017 with visible and dramatic features can range from $50 to over $500, depending on the rarity and desirability of the error. Market demand has remained steady for this coin, and prices have held strong due to the enduring interest in its unique mint mark and historical context. Collectors who purchased rolls in 2017 are now seeing returns on high-quality, well-preserved examples. If you come across a 2017 penny in uncirculated condition, it's worth setting aside. Over time, as coins wear out and are removed from circulation, high-grade examples will become increasingly rare. If you have a roll or bag of these coins still sealed and in pristine condition, consider submitting the best specimens for professional grading. The cost of grading may be offset by the resale value of a high-grade coin. For collectors, the 2017 penny is an essential addition to any Lincoln cent set. For casual finders, it's a coin worth keeping as a conversation piece or small investment. The 2017 Lincoln Shield penny is proof that even the most ordinary-looking coin can carry a story of historical change, collector passion, and surprising value. In just 1 year, the U.S. Mint altered over 2 centuries of tradition, and in doing so, created one of the most memorable modern coins in American numismatics. So next time you check your change, take a closer look at your pennies. You never know, you might just be holding a little piece of history in the palm of your hand. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, give it a thumbs up and share it with other collectors. Let us know in the comments, have you ever found a 2017 penny? Was it circulated, uncirculated, or maybe even an error? We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, happy collecting.